Hello and welcome back to LPBW Update, your number one source for the latest news, in-depth analysis, and exclusive theories on everything little people, big world. Folks, you need to sit down for this one. What we have for you today is not just another recap or a simple family update. This is a bombshell. A potential betrayal that could fracture the very foundation of the Roloff family and bring the show we've all followed for years to a screeching halt. We have obtained information backed by photographic evidence that suggests Chris Marek, Amy Roloff's husband, has been caught making secret moves behind her back and behind TLC's back. The rumors are swirling, and what we've uncovered points to a high-stakes game of money, loyalty, and ambition. What you are looking at right now is the photo at the center of this firestorm. We're going to de-blur it in a moment, but first, I need you to understand the context. This image, reportedly snapped by a freelance paparazzi photographer in Los Angeles just last week, has sent shockwaves through the reality TV insider community. There he is, Chris Marek, looking less like the casual, easygoing husband we see on LPBW and more like a man in the middle of a serious negotiation. And the man across from him, our sources who wish to remain anonymous to protect their industry connections have identified him. He is not just a friend. He is not a business partner from Chris's real estate world. He is, and I quote our source, a senior level development producer for a major competing network. That's right, a producer from a different reality TV franchise. They were spotted at the Courtyard, a known hotspot in LA, where high-powered Hollywood deals are made over lunch, far from the rolling hills of Oregon. This wasn't a casual coffee. Look at the body language. Chris is engaged, focused. The producer is gesturing, selling an idea. There are papers on that table. The immediate conclusion, the rumor that is now spreading like wildfire, is as simple as it is devastating. Chris Marek is planning to leave little people, big world. The theory goes that he's been offered a starring role on a brand new show, a show that would put him in the spotlight, and more importantly, a show that would come with a massive, life-changing paycheck that dwarfs what he currently makes as a supporting cast member on LPBW. This single photo asks a terrifying question. Is Chris Marek about to betray Amy Roloff and the entire family for fame and fortune? This is a developing story, and it is absolutely shocking. We are going to be following every twist and turn. If you want to stay on top of this and get our exclusive updates the second they drop, you need to do two things for me right now. First, hit that like button to let YouTube know you want to see more of this investigation. And second, click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You will not want to miss what we have coming next. All right, for those of you who have just subscribed, welcome to the investigation. Let's move beyond the photo and get into the unconfirmed insider reports we've been gathering over the past 48 hours. This is where the story gets incredibly detailed. Our source, let's call him Hollywood Insider, has provided more context to this secret meeting. According to this source, the rival network is building a new reality franchise centered around modern homesteading and dream retirement. Think of it as a show about couples over 50 leaving their old lives behind to build a new dream from the ground up, renovating properties, starting small businesses, and embracing a new chapter. Now, think about that. Who does that sound perfect for? A man with decades of experience in real estate? A man who loves projects, who is always tinkering, who recently retired and is looking for his next chapter? It sounds like it was tailor-made for Chris Marek. According to our Hollywood Insider, the offer on the table is not just a role, it's the lead role. He wouldn't be Amy Roloff's husband anymore. He would be Chris Marek, real estate guru and renovation expert. And the proposed paycheck, the source claims it's in the high six figures per season, potentially pushing into seven figures if the show is a hit. This is a staggering amount of money, an amount that would fundamentally change his and Amy's life. The source went on to say, and this is a direct quote, Chris feels he's given a lot to LPBW, but he's always in the shadow of the Roloff drama. He's a side character in a story that isn't his. The new show offers him the chance to be the main character of his own story. It's an offer that's almost impossible to refuse. So, theory number one, the most straightforward theory, is this. This is a pure and simple career move. Chris sees a bigger, better opportunity, and he's taking it. In this version of events, he is acting as a shrewd businessman. But it leaves us with the most painful question of all. Where does this leave Amy? Would she leave LPBW, the show that has been her life for nearly 2 decades, to join him? Or would Chris be willing to do this new show alone? The very idea of Chris headlining a show without Amy by his side feels like a betrayal, not just of the show, but of the marriage itself. Now, a skeptic might say, this is just one photo, one unconfirmed report. And they would be right. But here at LPBW Update, we don't just report the news. We analyze it. We look back at the evidence and we connect the dots. When you view recent seasons of Little People, Big World through the lens of this secret meeting, you start to see a pattern of red flags. You start to see the breadcrumbs that may have been leading to this moment all along. Let's start with Chris's role on the show. For years, he has been the calm, stabilizing force for Amy. But have we mistaken calm for uninterested or stable for bored? Watch this clip from last season. Amy is talking about a family event and looks at Chris's expression in the background. Is that a supportive husband or a man who is completely checked out of the endless Roloff family drama? And what about this moment? During one of the most heated arguments about the sale of the north side of the farm, Chris is a stone wall. He's physically present, but he's emotionally a million miles away. At the time, we might have thought he was just wisely staying out of it. But now, with the new information we have to ask, was he staying out of it because it was a sensitive family matter? Or was he staying out of it because he no longer cared? Because in his mind, he was already planning his exit. Furthermore, let's talk about his passions. The show has made it clear that Chris is a man of action. He's a doer. His background is in real estate. He loves projects, building, and fixing. How often have we seen him seem most alive when he's working on a project, only to be pulled back into a discussion about family feelings or past grievances? The modern homesteading show our insider mentioned wouldn't just be a paycheck for Chris. It would be a validation of his entire identity. It would be a platform for his skills, his knowledge, and his passions. LPBW is about the Roloff family dynamic. This new show would be about Chris Marek's expertise. The evidence, when you look back, seems to suggest a growing disconnect. A man who is increasingly becoming a square peg in the round hole of the Roloff family saga. He married Amy, but did he ever truly sign up for a lifetime of being a secondary character in a story written by Matt and Amy decades ago? This unconfirmed report suggests the answer is no. Okay, so we've established the first theory. Chris is chasing a bigger paycheck in the spotlight. It's a compelling argument, but here at LPBW Update, we like to dig deeper. What if the money is just a convenient excuse? What if this secret meeting isn't about a career move at all? What if this is about a deeper, more troubling issue? What if there's trouble in paradise for Chris and Amy? This leads us to our second, more explosive theory. The new show isn't a goal, it's an escape plan. Let's be honest with ourselves as viewers. The dynamic between Amy and Chris has always been a key part of the show. Amy is vibrant, emotional, and strong-willed. She has deep, complicated ties to her past, to Matt, and to the farm. Chris is pragmatic, laid back, and forward-looking. At first, this seemed like a perfect opposites attract scenario. But what if, over time, those differences have started to create fractures? We have seen it on our screens. The arguments over how to decorate the new house. The tension over how much time and emotional energy Amy still dedicates to the farm and her history with Matt. Remember the arguments they had about the wedding, the disagreements over the venue, the guest list, the role Matt would play? Look at this scene. Amy is processing years of history, and Chris, through no fault of his own, is an outsider to that history. He can be supportive, but he can never truly understand. How many times can a person be the supportive partner to a drama they have no real stake in before they start to feel drained? Before they start to long for a life that is truly theirs, not one that's a continuation of a story that started long before they arrived. Our Hollywood Insider source hinted at this as well. The source claimed that a major selling point the rival producer used during that lunch meeting was the idea of a fresh start. A new show, a new narrative, a new life, free from the baggage of Roloff farms. So, in this theory, the paparazzi photo isn't capturing a business negotiation. It's capturing a man planning his exit strategy. Maybe he's planning to give Amy an ultimatum. Come with me and start this new life, or I'm going alone. Or, in the most devastating possibility, maybe the decision has already been made, and this is the first step in Chris building a new life for himself, separate from Amy. This would mean the end of a marriage that fans have rooted for. It would be a heartbreaking turn of events and would surely spell the end of Little People, Big World as we know it. The stakes are much, much higher than just a TV contract. This could be about the end of a relationship. We've explored two powerful theories. The first is that Chris is a careerist chasing money and fame. The second is that he's an unhappy husband looking for an escape. Both paint him in a somewhat negative light, either as greedy or as disloyal. But there is a third theory, a theory so full of twists and turns that it belongs in a political thriller. This theory reframes everything we think we know. It suggests Chris Marek is not a villain, not a victim, but a brilliant chess-playing mastermind. This is theory number 3, the power play. What if this meeting was not a secret at all? What if Chris wanted to get caught? Think about it. A freelance paparazzi just happens to be at the right restaurant at the right time in a city of millions. It's possible. But in the world of Hollywood, leaks are often carefully orchestrated strategic moves. Let's consider the context of LPBW. The show is at a crossroads. The kids are grown. The farm is sold. The central conflict between Matt and Amy has largely been resolved. TLC executives must be wondering, what's next for this show? How many more seasons does it have? When network uncertainty is high, contracts become harder to negotiate. Salaries might stagnate. The network holds all the power. So how does a cast member reclaim that power? You create leverage. In this theory, Chris Marek, the savvy real estate negotiator, is applying his professional skills to his television career. He knows that he and Amy are crucial to the show's future. He knows that losing them, especially to a rival network, would be a massive blow to TLC and the LPBW brand. So he takes a meeting with a rival producer. He makes sure it's in a public place. He makes sure it looks serious. He lets the rumor leak out to the right people. Suddenly, the executives at TLC, who were maybe thinking about winding the show down or lowballing them on a new contract, are in a panic. They're not just at risk of losing Amy's husband. They're at risk of a competitor launching a brand new splashy show starring him, directly competing for the same demographic of viewers. It's a PR nightmare for them. In this scenario, Chris isn't betraying Amy. He's fighting for her. He's orchestrating this entire scandal to force TLC's hand and secure a massive multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract for both of them. He's ensuring their financial security for the rest of their lives and guaranteeing they have a powerful voice in the future direction of Little People, Big World. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If it works, he's a genius. If it backfires, he could be blacklisted. But it turns the narrative completely on its head. The photo is no longer evidence of a betrayal, but evidence of a brilliant tactical maneuver. Chris Marek, the quiet guy in the background, might just be the shrewdest player in the whole game. So there you have it. 3 distinct, compelling theories, all stemming from one grainy photograph. Theory 1, the money grab. Chris is leaving LPBW for a bigger paycheck and a starring role. He's prioritizing his own career, potentially at the expense of his relationship and the Roloff family. Theory 2, the escape plan. Chris is unhappy in his marriage and with the endless Roloff drama. The new show is a way out, a chance for a fresh start, which could mean the end for him and Amy. Theory 3, the power play. Chris is a master negotiator who orchestrated this entire situation to create leverage, scare TLC, and secure a massive new contract for himself and Amy, solidifying their future. Here at LPBW Update, we've debated this endlessly. We've reviewed the footage, we've spoken to our sources, and we've analyzed the personalities involved. While the first 2 theories are plausible, they feel a little too simple for a man like Chris Marek. He's always been portrayed as intelligent, calm, and strategic. Therefore, the exclusive theory we are putting forward based on our analysis is theory number 3, the power play. We believe that Chris Marek is too smart and too loyal to Amy to just walk away for money or to end his marriage via a paparazzi photo. That's not his style, but using his business acumen to play hardball with a major network, that fits his profile perfectly. He saw an opportunity to turn a period of uncertainty for the show into a position of ultimate strength for his family. He's not breaking up the family, he's protecting it. He's not leaving the show, he's ensuring its survival, with him and Amy in the driver's seat. Now, we must stress, this is our theory. It's an educated guess based on unconfirmed reports and our deep knowledge of the show. We are not stating this as fact. But the pieces fit together too perfectly to ignore. Chris isn't the villain. He's the secret hero of this chapter, playing a game of 4D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So what does this mean for the future of Little People, Big World? If our theory is correct, then we should expect to see an announcement in the coming weeks or months. It will likely be a joint statement from TLC, Amy, and Chris, announcing a multi-season renewal for LPBW. It will probably come with a quote about how excited they are for the next chapter. And behind that corporate press release will be the secret story of the high-stakes negotiation that was kicked off by this one, leaked photograph. If we are wrong and one of the other theories is true, then the future is much darker. We could be looking at the final season of the show, or a heartbreaking announcement from Amy and Chris. The future of the entire Roloff television empire hangs in the balance, and it all comes down to the real story behind this one clandestine lunch meeting. This story is far from over. We will be reaching out to our sources, monitoring social media, and keeping our ears to the ground for any new developments. But now, I have to turn it over to you, the LPBW Update community. What do you think is going on? Do you believe the unconfirmed reports? Is Chris Marek a traitor, a heartbroken husband, or a brilliant strategist? Which theory do you believe? Get down in the comments section right now and let me know. I want to hear every single one of your theories. Let's debate it. Let's discuss it. Thank you for joining us for this special investigative report. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We are your home for the real stories behind Little People, Big World. Until next time, this is LPBW Update, signing off.